The Minority Market. Episode 4. How Fear and Greed Destroy Your Portfolio. Fear and greed are not weaknesses unique to beginners. They are deeply human emotions that exist in every market participant. What separates the minority from the majority is not the absence of these emotions, but the ability to recognize, manage, and prevent them from controlling decisions. Most portfolios are not destroyed by bad analysis or lack of intelligence. They are destroyed by emotional reactions repeated over time. Fear usually enters the picture after a loss or during uncertainty. When prices fall unexpectedly, fear whispers that more pain is coming. Beginners panic, sell at unfavorable prices, or freeze and avoid taking necessary action. Fear convinces them that exiting immediately will stop the damage, even when logic suggests patience or adherence to a plan. Over time, this leads to a pattern of selling low and re-entering late, locking in losses repeatedly. Greed operates differently, but is equally destructive. It shows up when prices rise, when profits appear quickly, or when others boast about gains. Greed pushes beginners to overtrade, increase position sizes, ignore risk limits, and chase prices without confirmation. It convinces them that this time is different, and that discipline can be postponed in favor of bigger rewards. The market punishes this behavior without emotion or mercy. Fear and greed often work together in cycles. A trader enters a position driven by greed, hoping for quick profits. When the market moves against them, fear takes over. Decisions become reactive instead of planned. Stop losses are ignored, or exits are taken too early. This emotional cycle repeats until confidence is eroded and capital is damaged. The deeper issue is emotional attachment to outcomes. Beginners often attach their self-worth to profits and losses. A winning trade feels like validation. A losing trade feels like failure. This attachment magnifies emotional reactions and clouds judgment. The minority understands that outcomes are influenced by probabilities, not personal ability. They detach identity from results and focus instead on following rules and managing risk. Another way fear and greed destroy portfolios is through inconsistency. Emotional decisions change from one trade to the next. A strategy that worked yesterday is abandoned today because of fear. A rule that protected capital is ignored tomorrow because of greed. Inconsistency prevents learning, measurement, and improvement. The minority survives because their behavior remains consistent even when emotions fluctuate. Market environments amplify these emotions. Volatile markets increase fear. Bull markets increase greed. News, social media, and peer conversations intensify both. Beginners react to noise, mistaking emotion for information. The minority filters noise and responds only to signals that align with their plan. They understand that emotional environments require stronger discipline, not faster decisions. Controlling fear and greed does not mean suppressing emotion. Suppression fails. Control comes from structure. Clear rules for entries, exits, position sizing, and risk limits act as guardrails. When emotions rise, rules take over. The minority designs systems that function even when emotional clarity is low. Awareness is the first step. Start observing when fear and greed appear. Notice physical signals, tension, urgency, excitement, hesitation. Write them down. Awareness weakens their power. The majority ignores these signals and acts blindly. The minority observes and pauses. A simple exercise can help. Before any market action, ask yourself 3 questions. Am I acting because of fear? Am I acting because of greed? Or am I acting because my rules allow it? If the answer is emotional, do nothing. Inaction is often the most profitable decision. Losses will happen. Gains will happen. Neither should control you. Fear exaggerates losses. Greed exaggerates gains. The minority treats both as temporary. Capital protection, consistency, and emotional stability come first. Profit is a byproduct, not the objective. Over time, repeated emotional decisions compound into large damage. A single fearful exit or greedy entry may seem small. Repeated hundreds of times, they destroy portfolios. The minority thinks in long-term behavior patterns, not individual moments. Mastering fear and greed is not a one-time achievement. It is a continuous practice. Each market cycle tests emotional control in new ways. Those who survive are not the bravest or the smartest, but the most disciplined and self-aware. If you can learn to pause instead of react, follow rules instead of impulses, and observe emotions instead of obeying them, you begin separating yourself from the majority. Fear and greed will always exist. The difference is whether they drive you or whether you drive your process despite them. This is the foundation of the minority mindset. Without it, no strategy, indicator, or analysis can protect you. With it, even simple approaches can survive and grow over time.